Hey, what's up, Logo Psychology students? Welcome back. It is day 13 of our stay at home e-learning. This is the second to last day of the term. This will be the last message I'll be sending to you guys this term. And so, first of all, I want to say good work to those of you who've been keeping up with the e-learning. I know it's been a struggle for everybody, but I've been very impressed with the work that you have been doing. And just remember that any work that you do today or tomorrow between now and the end of the term will only bring your grade up. You don't have to worry about it hurting your grade. And so if you have any incomplete assignments in your psychology e-learning, I encourage you to just give them a try, do some work. Any work you do will only bring your grade up. It won't go down between now and tomorrow. It can only go up. And so that's the good news. There's been a lot of good news. You guys have been, like I said, working really hard, and I appreciate all the hard work. This is a tough situation, and psychology is an interesting class, but it can be a tough class. We deal with some real tough topics. We've been dealing with psychological disorders, which is very interesting, but they're also, they can be troubling at times, and just difficult material to work with. And so the fact that you guys have been doing it on your own at home, sticking with it, I'm very, very impressed. So, I want to let you guys know I appreciate all the hard work. I don't think everybody has done all the work, and that's okay. Like I said, you still have today and tomorrow to get caught up on it, Wednesday and Thursday of this week. And remember, all the assignments are going to be on Blackbaud. So if we start, on our class bulletin board page, which yours is going to look similar to this, it won't have all of these different tabs like gradebook, schedule, all that, but it definitely will have bulletin board, which is, where this video is posted every day. There's the last, or every other day. There's the last message I posted. You got your e-learning instructions under announcements, right? And then you have these tabs at the top, topics and assignments. Remember, topics is where you'll always find all the topics we've covered this term and the readings, right? The most recent topics are always going to be at the top and always to the far left, depending on what screen you're looking at. And if we go into the topic, we find the pages from the book, to download the pages that you'll need to do the assignments, right? They will also be in, order of recency. If we click on one, you'll see it'll just download it. And I recommend doing this. I recommend downloading the page numbers first before you start the assignment, because one thing that people run into is they start the assignment and then they're like, I don't know these answers. I need to go download the reading. Well, you leave the assignment without clicking save for later, then you try and get back into the assignment, you can't. So download the readings first. If you do happen to get locked out of the assignment, let me know. I can get you back in. And I'm trying to get people back in as I see them getting locked out. But two ways you can avoid that. Number one, if you need to leave the assignment, click that save for later button. Number two, download the reading first, right? Before you click into the assignment. And what I mean by click into the assignment, if we go back in here to our topics, right? We click on assignments. Here's all your assignments. And once you click on that assignment, that assessment, it takes you in there to the questions. And you get to a page like, it looks something like this, right? Once you click that begin, right? If you need to leave before you have submitted your answers, at the bottom, click save for later. You don't want to just exit out, because then you won't be able to get back in without me unlocking it for you. So go ahead and just click save for later, and you're good to go, right? Are you sure you want to save and exit? You will be able to resume later. Yes, I'm sure, right? And there you go. That's all you got to do for that. If we go back to assignments, right? These are all the assignments that we've had so far this term. So check your assignments. If you have them all done, good. If you have any incomplete, work on as many as you can. Don't worry about getting them all done. But just know that any that you do get complete between now and the end of the term, again, you get points. Your grade will go up. And then every day, we have our question of the day. And today's question of the day, which is the only new material I have for you guys today, the readings and the questions. If you're all caught up, then there's no new reading for today, other than just getting caught up with any that you have missing. But everyone has the question of the day. And so let's take a look at the question of the day. The question of the day will look something like this. There's a video, much like the last question of the day. This is a full-on documentary, but it's a good documentary because it shows, again, real-life people suffering from real-life psychological disorders that you should be familiar with. Schizophrenia is an unusual one, and that was the one that we were looking at the other day. There's 4 people in this documentary who, again, their problems are severe, but they're not uncommon. There's people with OCD, if you know what that is, obsessive compulsive disorder. There's a person with major depression. And there's a couple other guys in there, a guy and a girl, that I'll let you watch and see, because what you have to answer for the question is, what psychological disorders do the four people in this documentary suffer from? And this is not just about their suffering, it's about the treatment that they're receiving. And in some cases, the treatment works very well for them. In some cases, not at all. In some cases, it's kind of, in between, right? And so that's why I'd really like you to watch this video, again, to get, some more insight into what it's like to have these psychological disorders. But also, this is a preview for next term and the next chapter that we'll be studying, which is all about treatments for psychological disorders. This chapter that we've been working on this term is all about psychological disorders. Now we want to see what it's like, what kind of treatments are out there. So again, the documentary, it's right there on the discussion board, but it's called Back from Madness. It's a little old, but it's still pretty relevant. And again, these are real people, and kudos to them for sharing their situation with us, because again, it gives us some real insight, and really, hopefully, it gives you a greater understanding of what it's like to have these kinds of severe disorders, and the difficulty in treating them. So watch the documentary. Let me know what you think. Answer the discussion board questions. And if you have any issues, any problems, as always, let me know. Contact me through Blackbaud, email, or comment on the YouTube videos. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.